Hello everyone, this is Hello31225 and again with a C# tutorial. Let me just set up my microphone a little bit. Properties, custom level. There, that should be a lot better. Okay, so today I am going to explain a little bit more about cross-form and classes. I already covered a little bit of that, and you know, but today I am going to explain that a little bit better. So let's just say that we are going to have, let's see, add a new item. We're going to have a form with a class, which I will call default scripts. Oh, just ignore Steam there. Let's just take a look. This is my class default scripts. Now basically what a class is an object where you can put functions in that you usually use. For example, if you want to create a class that can calculate with strings, it's pretty simple. So we're just going to basically say count. That is going to be the name, but we're not going to do it like that. Wow, it's been a while. Let's create a public void called count, and in that public void we are going to have a string number 1 and the string number 2. Basically we're sending it 2 strings and it's going to count it upwards. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to put a try catch in there in case it's not a number, you know, standard stuff. Am I doing something wrong? Okay, okay, never mind. Okay, so int equals, oh wait, he's not gonna love that, he's not gonna love me for that. He's not gonna love that either because it's a string, so we're gonna parse it to an int. It's not the best way, but it works, you know. It's quick and it works. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing for number 2. And what we're gonna do is once we do, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna call in an int or a string. I think a string is easier, and we're gonna call that one result, and result equals, and then we're just gonna do this plus number 1 plus number 2. And then all we have to do is we're gonna have to return the result. There. Yeah, I know, not all. Return all. It's followed by an object. Oops, that is my bad. The void is for when you have something that executes. So you're gonna make that a public string. And why a string? Because a string is easier to execute with text boxes. Because if you're gonna have a, what we're gonna do now actually, first we're gonna try the message box again. If that, why doesn't that work? Am I crazy or? Oh wait, it's a class. Of course you can have a. That is something you guys need to know. I forgot because I'm working in a CS file, in a class file. I cannot make message boxes pop up, mainly because a class can only be used for standard functions, but they cannot. It's basically like you're making a console application. You cannot make a message box pop up in a console application, but you can do math and calculations and other standard scripts that can return a value. So let's work with our form now. Our form is going to have a text box, which is going to be the number input, and another one with the number input. Then a button. Basic form. Okay, let's see, because I just reinstalled, I don't have everything on the correct spot yet. Let's just see. So there we go. Number 2. Okay, so let's just design it a little bit. Ooh, he's not gonna love me for that. There, no, wait. Yeah, I have to keep in mind that you don't name your buttons and text boxes like functions, because then they will make an error. So there, label 1 and label 2 is gonna be there, number 2. Number 1. There. Now usually I don't name the labels, but you should. It's better. And here we go. And label 3 will basically be our result. So I am gonna name that result label. Here we go. So when a person presses do, what we're gonna do, before somebody presses, we are going to import our default scripts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say default script equals new default script. There. We imported our class file. And now all we have to do is say if this is just so that we for when there's an error, you know. If he returns null, that means that there's an error. Oh, script.count. There, and we can just access that function there. Oh, does not equal null, and else he is going to give us an error. Message box.show. Please input a number. There, it's as simple as that. And otherwise he is going to make results label text there. This is basically all the code we need, because our default script does all the work for us. And now there, if I just say 12 plus 12, it will result 24. And now you can do this with everything. For example, you want to return an integer that represents text. Then all you have to do is say string text. So why doesn't he like that? Oh yeah, because you don't return a value. Return. Okay. So what you want to do here is you want to build up a string array. And I covered arrays in a previous tutorial. Let's just see, how long am I going here? About 9 minutes. So okay. You know what? I decided that my idea was kind of making me out of time. So yeah, I hope you guys like this a little bit more in-depth description on classes. I hope you guys are going to use them more, because object-oriented programming is a very important aspect of programming. Because what you're going to do is you're going to make your code easier and more understandable to read by maybe another programmer that might want to change your script later on, or you that want to add something to your script. I kind of cried because I had a big project and I didn't use object-oriented programming, and that one I could start all over. Let's just say that, and it was just unreadable because I made it like 2 years ago. And then if you read it again, you think, wow, what was I thinking here? And if you make simple object-oriented things here, then it makes it a lot easier. So I hope you guys learned from this tutorial, and please leave a comment on what you want to see next, because I didn't do a lot of tutorials lately, mainly because I don't really know what to do them on, and since I have internship, that is also costing me a lot of my spare time. But hey, I mean, it takes like what, 10 to 20 minutes to create a tutorial for you guys. So really, if you need any help with anything, just put it in the comments. If you have any idea on the tutorial I should do next, put it in the comments and I'll read it. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial.